What up, guys? This is Raymond Ironbody McKinney here. Just go by Ironbody. That's my name now, and yeah, that's what it's called. And you may know me as that crazy guy who just runs or just does all sorts of athletic stuff and just a health addict. Um, I want to touch base on before I introduce into this video. I just want to say this has nothing to do with trying to change who you are, but like I'm just trying to set the best example I can for and just I lead by example. I just focus on what I like to do, and then hopefully empower others to just take action and to be inspired by what I do. But I'm gonna focus on this is this is examples that I'm gonna come up with. I'm not gonna change you in any way. I'm not gonna force you to do anything like I do, but I just want to set this example the best way I know how, and I want to touch base on nutrition and health. And a couple of things I wanted to talk about it. I think there's like 6 of them. There's 6 things I want to touch base on with nutrition and health, and also I want to mention about you've probably heard of me doing the flag run throughout Berea all July and back in 2016 to fight against the childhood and obesity as a whole epidemic. Just to not to change people. I know I can't change people immediately, but over time maybe we'll get better, and because there's just so much bullying and all that. I think that's with the obesity that just makes people, they can't believe in themselves, thinking they give up, can't chase after their passions and dreams. So I think this was a great opportunity for me to just let people know that they're not alone and they can do whatever they set their mind to. And this was it's in reverse, but I've gotten the newspaper here just to show the epidemic that this is a start for me. It's nothing huge or like worldwide or anything like that, but I think I can go even bigger than this, guys. I think I want to do something bigger. I don't know when, and I don't know where or how long it will take, but it will happen. And okay, now to touch base on the nutrition part. I think these are the keys to focus more on like optimal health and wellness and weight overall. And I know people struggle. People ask me all the time, Raymond, how do you lose weight? Or Raymond, how do you, maintain a good weight? And, people immediately turn towards the exercise and just try to, they want to lose immediately. But, guys, this is a progression thing. You can't expect, a 90 days of a diet to change everything. But I think it's mostly focused on a completely different lifestyle. You got to change. You got to make sacrifices. You got to be consistent, and you can't just expect the immediate effects all right away. So here's what I'm going to talk about. First thing I want to talk about is your calorie intake. Now, the thing is, people think they can eat whatever the crap they want. They could eat, I don't know, they said probably like, I don't know, cheese puffs, whatever. Or even obvious healthy foods like, some fish, non-processed foods. But the thing is, when people think they can't lose weight and they're exercising all the time, they don't realize they're not cutting their calories. And I think that's one of the main components to losing weight is to cut your calorie intake. Say, for example, around 1,500 to 2,000 calories a day. It should, that should be optimal for someone who's not as athletic as others. And someone who's a little more athletic, they should consume to 3,000 to 4,000 calories a day. Just calorie intake's important, guys. Real food from the earth is just, that's the key to, maintaining good health and good weight. And yeah, I think that's one of the big things that people misconceive. You're just they don't conceive it like they should. Another thing I want to touch base on is like, juices and sodas. People think that juice is okay. Soda's obviously not good for you, and they turn towards maybe diet sodas. But the thing is, guys, those diet sodas, they have the artificial sweeteners like aspartame, sucralose, and do uh, I guess just do a little more research on that and see what it really has in it. That's not really the best for you. And to be honest, you're more likely to gain weight from diet sodas than regular sodas because you crave more food from those artificial sweeteners, and that's not good. And those artificial sweeteners could end up with Alzheimer's, obesity, cardiac arrest, heart disease, diabetes, yeah, et cetera, et cetera. And yeah, so nothing's good about soda. My suggestion to you all is to try something called Zevia. It's like a soda, but without the bad content, without the artificial sweeteners, without the high fructose corn syrup, without the large amounts of sugar. And this, what it has is it's called stevia. It's a natural plant from the earth. It's like sugar, but there's nothing bad about it that will make you gain weight. I won't recommend drinking it every day, but it's a great substitute to it if you want to sip on a soda every now and then. Zevia is the way to go. Look it up. As well as with the juices, guys, I recommend just sticking with like fruits like apples, bananas, blueberries, and don't stick with the juices because they're high in sugar. And think about it, guys. Think about like squeezing orange for orange juice. You're squeezing so many oranges that you're actually gaining more calories, and that's when you gain weight. So, and plus sugar. So that's not good. Another component that I think is also and I'm bad for this too, guys. I'm not saying I'm perfect at this, but we all slip and slide once in a while, but it's sleep and rest. The thing is, guys, like bodybuilders or people who want to build muscle or perform well in like races or tournaments or anything like that. Rest is key to improve that, guys. Like coming from a hard workout, you gotta rest. Gotta recover. You gotta let your muscles rest. And you gotta take it easy once in a while, guys. If you don't take it easy, your muscles are just gonna fatigue and it's gonna be hard on you. You're gonna regret it. And I strongly recommend you to sleep when you can. And I say this is bad. This is bad for me too. I'm bad for it, but I try to get as much sleep as I can. I try not to look at your phones at night. It's the light in the dark is just bad on your eyes. So I recommend to have a light on if you want to look at your phone a little bit. Maybe read a book or something. But these are my opinions. These are my strong opinions. I strongly encourage you guys to consider. Exercise. I've been touching base on this again. Exercise. You're not going to necessarily lose weight from just exercise alone or anything like that. But you have to consider a good eating plan. You gotta, like, people are focusing so much on being in the gym all day. They think they can lose weight if they just eat whatever they want. But you have to consider calories too. Calories and nutrition. And exercise is basically about health and overall. The average person should exercise between 30 to 45 minutes a day, whether that's walking, biking, jogging, and whatever. Swimming even. I think that's a people should consider balance in nutrition and just exercise overall. And you know, this is a lifestyle, guys. This is not. You don't just go by changes like this, but you want to make this your overall lifestyle. And these guys are what I'm giving you right now to, change your lifestyle. It's a part of a lot. It's a lot. I'm trying to, set the best examples I can, and just hopefully impact the next generation to come. The smallest of changes can make a huge difference, guys. Another thing I want to touch base on is, granola. Granola. Well, people think that granola is just like, I guess, I don't know what people think about it. They think it's like good for you, because I guess over the past few decades, we thought that granola was just like, had this sort of health benefit to it. But in all honesty, guys, there's nothing good about granola. It's loaded with sugar, and you're snacking on it, but you're not really full on it. Every now and then, of course, yeah. Now, every now and then you can snack on something like a cupcake or something with a little bit of sugar. Cupcake, or I like cheesecake every now and then, and that's okay. I consider that, a balanced lifestyle. Incorporate. What I like to focus on is 15% of your life you should, 85% of your life focus on the real foods and exercise and all that. Stick with a stable lifestyle. And then every now and then, 15% of the time you can slip in a little bit of junk food or something like that. I think that's a balanced lifestyle. Don't have I'm not saying don't shoot for a perfect lifestyle of eating healthy all the time, because, you're putting yourself in misery, guys. Don't do that. But just balance yourself out some, enjoy, sweets once every now and then, like at celebrations or parties. That's fine. I recommend once every, like, you have a sweet treat every other week or something like that. Go with your gut, guys. Do what makes you feel good. And I think that'll be great in the long run. And the last thing I want to touch base on is what they call organic junk food. And people think, when they see the label organic, they think immediately it's healthy and it's good for them. Not everything is going to be like that, guys. Not everything's going to be like that. When you see something that says organic, that doesn't necessarily mean it's calorie-free or sugar-free. I mean, it could be loaded with sugar and calories. And, I've seen stuff like organic cereals, organic chocolate cereals and stuff like that. And, you're eating a lot of sugar. It's not good. So I recommend just, the organic stuff like organic eggs, fish, salmon, the more obvious healthy foods, not like I've seen people talk about like organic donuts, and that, guys, don't let that fool you. Eating that every day, you're going to get fat on it. I'm sorry, but that's probably the truth. That's the truth. You're more likely going to, hurt yourself in the long run thinking that will help you, and it's not going to help you. So, be careful with the, it's all about the calorie intake, and then, trying to cut back on sugar if you can. And another thing I want to touch base on with the juices, juice has a lot of sugar, and I would say stick with something like strawberries, fruits, like blueberries, grapes, those things, because you're mixing it with, it still has sugar in it, but, it's mixed in with nutrients too. So, I've seen people like fruitarians too. They've eaten fruit, and yeah, I'm not gonna say anything bad about them, but I think, they're setting great examples for other people too. And, and a substitute for juices, and even Gatorade, guys. Gatorade has lot of sugar in it and stuff. A lot of sugar and artificial sweeteners. So what I recommend is just, the coconut water. It still has the sugar, I think, but with coconut water, has the electrolytes, and it's actually natural. Um, there's nothing new. It doesn't have like a load amounts of refined sugar as like the juices and other like the Gatorade products, even Powerade, guys. So I recommend coconut water, the Zico drink too. Zico's good. I've heard of people talk about Young Living and all that, and Young Living is pretty instrumental, I hear. But I don't know much about Young Living, but I've heard some great benefits about it, so I recommend looking that up too. Now, with that picture about showing you with me in the American flag, I don't expect people to change, but I don't expect anyone to change their diet or exercise routine. But, let this one day, or let it just inspire you to and empower you to take action and do what you love. If you're not doing what you're loving right now, don't do it. Just change your plans and do something that you love and stick with something you love. That's the key to a successful lifestyle, guys. You gotta stick with what you love. And for me, myself, I've run, people who live in Berea right now, I've run from here to Richmond and back. I wanted to find my limits, and I think I found a couple of them, but I think I can go further. And I've even run from Lexington, exit 104, from there to Fayette Mall, Macy's Fayette Mall, and back to exit 104. And that was hard. It was hot. But I loaded up on food and being able to get enough calories because I've been burning a lot of calories just by doing that. And yeah, this is what I want to touch base on with you guys. It's health and nutrition. Don't be perfect at everything, and don't just, because if you're gonna be perfect at everything, you're gonna put yourself in misery, and more than likely you're gonna just drop in. I guess you would call it like you're like a dumpster or something. Be dumped in the dumpster, and it's hard to get out, guys. So just focus on a balanced lifestyle. We're all gonna make mistakes, and we're all gonna have harder days, but work through them, get past them. Being able to, you're not alone out there. People will always help you out, and I think the main thing people think about all the time is they want to be better than someone. But I don't believe that. Well, and I'm sure competition is okay to an extent, but if you're hurting someone, I like to compete, but like if I lose against a person, I'm not gonna dwell over it. I'm gonna say congratulations, man, or yeah. I think that's a great team effort there. Competition and collaboration do work together in that circumstance. But, don't focus on so much, don't, like for me, myself, I'm not going to focus so much on trying to change people, but like I'm going to focus more on what I want to do and how I can empower myself mostly. Not only just empowering others, but empower myself. They can focus on what they can do, and I need to focus on what I got to do. That's the key to a successful lifestyle, guys. That is the key to, living a healthy and happy, satisfactory lifestyle. If people say something like you can't do it, if they say you can't do it, that doesn't mean they can stop you from doing what you actually can. Because if you say you can or can't do something, that's something you say. But if you're willing or not willing to do it, well, it's either you do or don't, guys. Or if you're willing or not willing to do something, that's on you. So I just want to let this message empower all of you guys to take action and to, do what you love. Don't focus so much on changing others, but just grow as yourself as a whole. for yourself. Focus on yourself, and you can do anything you set your mind to. Thanks, guys. This is Raymond Ironbody McKinney, and just let this message empower you all. Focus on yourself and focus on what you love to do. Thanks, guys.